Amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another monster reaction video. This anime is just getting better and better. Like, it actually is. It's so good. It's ridiculous how good it is. I hope that one day Monster just blows up. You know, I don't think it ever will, sadly, but honestly, we're what, 50 episodes into this freaking series, and we're going to episode 48 today, and I have to say, it's pretty flawless. I can't think of anything wrong with it. I'm loving it. I'm hooked. I'm excited to watch every single reaction. The story is fantastic. It is a freaking mystery that's unraveling in front of us. There's like twist after twist after twist. It's so well written. I cannot compliment this anime enough. It's brilliant. So, I'm going to stop talking. Get comfy. Relax. You know, if you want to watch these on Patreon, they're uploaded there early, and you can get access to Patreon for just $1 a month. So yeah, link to that's in the description. But other than that, I'm going to stop talking. Press the like button. Press the subscribe button. Leave a comment for the algorithm. And let's jump into my first time ever reaction to Monster episode 48. I'm excited to see how the whole Nina stuff unfolds, especially with Johan wandering around dressed up as her. Like right now, is this Nina or Anna? My guess is Anna. The walker has too much confidence in it for it to be Nina. This is 100% Mr. Johan.
きれいなお花。そこに生けておきますね。オルガおばさんに取られないようにしなくちゃ。オルガおばさんたらいつも私のものを横取りするの。
How come this is like something that is there? Like, does anyone know why this is something that is showcased in a lot of entertainment when you have like an elderly person in hospital or in like a retirement home? They always reference someone else taking their things. That happens all the time. Anyone know why? That's curious. Just curious about it.
昨日だって私のお人形持ってっちゃったの。意地悪な人ですね。でもおばさんは10年以上前に亡くなったんですよね。ああ、そうね。あなたよく知ってるわね。ヤンからいろいろ聞いてます。そう。ヤンはまだ学校？いいえ。ああ、そうか。もう卒業して刑事に。大丈夫。ヤンは無事です。心配いらないわ。あなたってとっても優しい目をしてるのね。
Yeah, you think?
何でも話してください。いろんな思い出話。そうね。お隣のカテリーナはとってもおしゃれなの。それでね、カテリーナ。
Johan is freaky.
楽しい。こんな楽しいの久しぶり。よかった。あなたに何かお礼をしなくっちゃ。お礼なんて、私はただあなたがヤンから預かっているものを見せてもらおうと思って。預かっているもの？カセットテープ。ああ、それならそこに。
You're telling me just like that, Johan got the cassette tape? Bro got hold of it so fucking easy. In the end, it was just like literally taking candy from a baby, except the baby happened to be an elderly person. And the candy happened to be a cassette tape.
の母親に託していたとはな。君らがカセットテープと資料を取りに行く間、ここで待たせてもらうよ。
ただしビジネスは忘れる。それが約束だ。
How did Johan find out about this location? I don't remember how. Is he working with these guys?
あんたには無関係だなんて言って悪かった。さっき聞かされたあんたのこの10年間の話、なんとも言葉にしようがない。だがあのカセットテープが糸口になって全貌が明らかになれば、あんたの無実は晴れるかもしれない。
グリマーさん、あなただって。
So, oh, also by the way, this is something I want to point out. Yeah, that monster does really well. Also, I can't even remember what I was going to say. There's two things I want to say. Saying that the Ant monster does well. And Grimmer and Tenma teaming up is like a cool dynamic that that's what I was going to say. I guess even going to go two ways. They're either going to bump into Johan or completely avoid Johan. And they're either going to bump into him and know it's him, or bump into him and not know it's him. I reckon they're going to completely avoid him and have no idea, and this cassette tape just gone. And then maybe there'll be a trail leading to Nina. That won't be Nina. Something Monster does very well that you only see in mainstream television is the silence. Most anime I've seen, and I'd say like nearly all of them, don't use silence. They have to fill every single shot and scene with speaking and dialogue all the time. Even in fights. There's never like a quiet fight. The characters have to talk to each other while they're fighting, yell at each other, interact with each other. It's just constant dialogue for 20 minutes. Monster has a realistic approach, because no one does that in real life. You don't see people like constantly talking to each other in real fights. It's not how it works, you know? And people sit there in silence, and that's normal. But in anime, they don't. They're just talking and just fucking vomiting out words for 20 minutes straight. Monster, on the other hand, takes the more real-life approach and has moments of silence and builds anticipation and acts in silence, which is amazing how it does it.
確かに俺も511キンダーハイムが何だったのか調べ続けていた。だがな、全てが分かっても俺の人生に変わりはないよ。
See your pause. Quiet. Building atmosphere.
スークさんのお母さんにご面会ですか？今日はとても調子がいいようですよ。
どうも。
先ほど面会にいらした方とのお話がとても良かったみたい。
面会？誰ですか？
さあ、金髪のロングヘアのとても美しい。
テープが。
Tape's gone, bros.
来てくれたのね。もうすぐあなたたちが来るって聞かされたわ。
テープは？
Gone.
テープならここよ。ヤンはどうしているの？
彼は今。
ヤンの病院に連れて行って。ヤンは大変な目に遭ってるんでしょ。私は今。
Johan's done something here. Captain Manipulation has done something here. I don't know if that's the real tape to begin with, but if it is, what the fuck has Johan done?
頭の中がとてもはっきりしているわ。さっき来た人が呼び覚ましてくれたの。でも今日だけかもしれない。ヤンに合わせて。
お連れしましょう。ヤン・スークのいる病院へ。
Is this because Johan wants to get to him? So this is his way of finding out where he's been taken?
グリマーさん。
Maybe?
秘密警察との話はついた。
母さ
ん。ヤン、どうして私を呼んでくれなかったの？
大したことないよ、母さん。
あなたまた私を心配させまいとしたのね。あの時と同じだわ。
あの時。
9歳の時、あなた木から落ちたでしょう。私が心配してるのに、あなた何でもない、平気だよって歩いていた。ひどい捻挫してたのに。はあ、神様、この子を忘れさせないで。ヤンは私の子。いろんなことが記憶から消えても、どうか神様、ヤンのことだけは忘れさせないで。
I've mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. I honestly cannot think of anything worse. Like, and I imagine any parents watching this will say the same. I cannot think of anything worse in life than forgetting your kids. You know, obviously that's an exaggeration. There are things worse. But you know what I mean. What a horrible thing. Monster portrays it very well. What a horrible thing for a human to have to go through. They have the tape? Did Johan make a copy or something? This is weird.
いや、あなたは聞くべきだ。あなたが511キンダーハイムに送り込んだ甥いも、この薬物投与されて尋問されている子も同じだ。あなたの甥が何をされたか知るべきだ。俺も先日ここまでは聞いた。俺たちはこの先を聞かなくてはいけない。この先を。
僕が一番怖いもの、それはね、
Himself?
アンナを忘れてしまうこと。毎日毎日おかしな授業で記憶がなくなっていくんだ。お願い、アンナを忘れさせないで。世界にはアンナと僕二人だけなんだ。この記憶だけはお願い。
聞かせてあげられるのはここまでだよ。
なんだ、若い。
I'm shocked, man. I'm shocked. You mean Johan did something? What? Crazy! I will say, what is Johan hiding? How much more of the tape is there? When the fuck did he get a chance to record that? Unless he had that tape and just swapped it out to begin with, in which case maybe that's not the original tape. It is possible there is another original tape. And the fact that Johan said the one thing he was fearful of the most was forgetting Anna, his sister, is intriguing.
若い男の声だ。
まさか古い録音を消して。
やっとわかったんだ。
God, the music.
上から録
The
音を。
music.
このテープを聞いてやっとわかったんだ。
スークの母親に面会に来た誰かが録音したのか。
It's the third time you've asked, bro.
ドクター・デンマー。
現在のヨハンの声だ。
僕がどこへ行くべきかやっとわかったよ、ドクター・テンマン。
休暇取ったっ
Bloody
て
Johan.
警部
Man.
だろ。あの仕事一筋の人が信じられんよ。
入局以来初めての長期休暇だってよ。
まあ最近じゃ特に忙しいわけじゃなかったようだしね。連邦捜査局きってのエリートだったのにやりすぎたんだよ。限度を知らないからな、あの人は。
おかげで奥さんと娘さんにも逃げられたってさ。
で警部、休暇はどこで過ごすんだって。チェコのプラハとか言ってたけど、休み方。
Oh, the world's shittest detective is making an appearance again. It's been a while since we've seen our boy. Fucking hell, I've never known a detective more blind. He's literally like the real life version of the detective in the Pink Panther series. My word, man, I'm looking forward to seeing him, you know, get all the evidence, have it all in front of him, and somehow conclude that it must still be Tenma. Nice, yes, yes,
知
yes.
ってるのかな。
There's our boy! Look at him. True genius. So good. So, oh man, just look at his face alone. Come on, Lunge, what are you gonna do,
ご
man?
注
What are you
文
gonna
は
コーヒー
はい
do? This is part where he goes, I am Tenma.
今は休暇中かビールを
Is he pretending to be someone? He's on vacation? What's he doing? Who's he pretending to be now?
このビールの銘柄は
地元のプラズドロイです
Seeing Lunge drunk would be very funny.
こんな調査報告書で世間が納得すると思っているのかスーク刑事の行方もつかめていない
I've got this image now in my head of a drunk Lunge just like seeing Tenma go, ah, Tenma, you fucking is you. I know you did it. I know you killed those people. I'm gonna tell the world. I'm gonna do it. But first I'm gonna throw up in that guy's shoes. Ha ha!
旧チェコスロバキア秘密警察とのつながりまで生半可な調査結果を発表してみろマスコミのいい餌食だ
しかし関係者が皆死亡してしまった今では
死んだ人間に全て罪を着せて終わりにできるほどチェコ警察とプラハ署の置かれている状況は甘くないぞ
はい
分かったらさっさと捜査を続行しろそしてスークの行方も突き止めろ早急にだ
はい、
Go souk yourself, bro.
所長に面会したいという方が
アポイントメントの
It's
ない
Souk!
人間には合わん
What? They just walked right past the
今
detective.
それ
How did I
どころ
not
じゃない
recognize him?
しかし
Lunge. Here he is.
ほうあなたは
It's me. And I'm hammered. Fuck you.
いや驚きましたよルンゲ警部一昨年のインターポールの会議以来ですねあの時文化会のセミナーであなたがされた講義実に興味深かった
忙しいところ急にすまなかった
いや休暇でこちらにいらしていたとは羨ましい限りです今の私の状況では休暇もろくに
いろいろと大変そうだねネペラ新所長
ええできればあなたにいろいろご教授願いたいくらいです何しろ事件は混沌を極めてましてねここプラハ署と旧チェコスロバキア秘密警察とのつながり事の起こりはゼマンという警部が旧秘密警察の残党とともに死体で発見されたところから始まりますゼマン警部はその時無届けの養護院経営者殺害事件の捜査を行っていた後で分かったことですがゼマン
You know, there is actually, I've mentioned this before when he does the tapping thing, but it's actually, do you know, there's like, so, blah, 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 none of this is going to make any sense. When I did my exams, I also researched the best way to memorize things, because I had to study law, and law meant that I had to improve my memory. So despite what some people may think, my memory's fairly alright. Like, if I switch it on. If I can switch, because I switch on my brain, and I have to focus, my memory's not bad. I don't like doing that. I have to basically change my mindset, and I hate doing that. And that sole reason is the reason I would never want to do any kind of examinations ever again in my life. Because to do it, I literally have to alter my entire brain to memory mode. At least that's how I call it. And I hate going to that place. So, but what that allows me to do is pretty much memorize a lot of things fairly efficiently. And when I looked into how to do that, and what Lunge does is actually one of the methods, which is like, it's like a form of like visual memory. So the best way to memorize something is to activate all of your senses in memory. It is to speak it, hear it, feel it. So when I would memorize something, I would write it all out, I'd read it all out, I'd record myself reading it all out, and then I would do it again. And then I would have the records of me, like audio, and I'd listen to that instead of music. So I'd literally, like, instead of music, I'd be walking around and I'd have audio in my ear playing of me reading out my examination notes. And then I would imagine in my mind, visually, what those pieces of paper look like. So while I'm talking to myself, in my mind, I can imagine the pieces of paper. And then eventually I was able to just imagine them in my mind. I could close my eyes, there they were, and I remember like flipping over pages, there's the page, there's the page, there's the page. So whenever I went into these law exams, I would have just the pages in my head. So it's basically a way of like taking in a book without having a book. So I would just sit there in the law exam and I'd literally write out whatever was in my brain. And that's how I study for law. So what Lunge is doing with the typing is actually a form of enhanced memory. So it's actually true. Like I imagine a lot of people who have, when they've done exams watching this, would have done something similar. I know a lot of people had all different methods.
その殺害された養護院経営者も以前から秘密警察とつながっていたのです。
その事件の容疑者は
グリマーという第一発見者が容疑者として浮かんでいるのですが、養護施設の子供たちは別の人間が事件直後立ち去るのを目撃しています。
別の人間？
金髪の美女。しかし事件はそれだけでは済まなかった。さらに広がり、この署の前任の署長とベテラン刑事2名が毒入りのキャンディーで殺害された。彼らもまた旧チェコスロバキア秘密警察の関係者だった。
毒殺事件の容疑者は
ゼマン警部の直属の部下でスークという若い刑事です。
確証は？
確証はありませんでした。しかしスークを監視していた特別専任チームの刑事2人がスークの部屋で射殺体で発見された。
なるほど。で、
So, what he's saying is Tenma did it, right? Oh, okay. I know he didn't say that directly, but indirectly he definitely his eyes was saying it.
そのスーク刑事は
I see.
現在行方不明です。
状況証拠は全てスークを指しているが、彼には十分な動機がない。
はあ。
彼にはそこまでの犯行を犯す匂いがない。
はい。どうしてそれを？
よく似た事例を知っているものでね。
さすがだ。休暇中とはいえその手はちゃんと動いていらっしゃる。客観的なデータの蓄積でしたね。そしてまたあなたは講義でこうもおっしゃった。そのデータをもとに今度は逆に完全な主観で操作する。言い換えれば犯人になりきるでしたね。
If only Lunge would take his own fucking advice.
スークになりきるとしたら彼は何を考え、今どこに？
申し訳ないが、あいにくと私は休暇中でね。
いや、こちらこそ申し訳ない。どうですか、プラハの街は？
もっぱら古本屋巡りです。
古本屋？何かお探しで
？13軒探して歩きましてね。やっと一冊見つけました。実は今日伺ったのは、お暇の時にこのチェコ語の文章をドイツ語に翻訳していただけないかと。
ほう、絵本ですか。驚いたな。あなたにこんなご趣味があるとは。お預けいただければ明日までに部下にやらせます。お子さん、いやお孫さんにですか？
ええ、まあそんなところです。
I guess it's not surprising to think that there could be more copies of this book. I guess it makes sense.
は絶対に無実です。
But I'm still
僕は友
surprised.
人として絶対に彼が潔白だと信じています。警察には根掘り葉掘り聞かれましたけど、あいつにはやましいことなんかこれっぽっちもないんだ。警察関係の方ならあいつを助けてやってください。そのためなら僕らいくらでも協力します。
あいにくと私は今休暇
Does
中で、
sound very similar to another case.
彼が他に心を許している人物は？
Yeah, there was this Japanese guy.
彼女ができかけてたんですけどね。まだやっと名前を聞き出した程度で、なんて言ったっけ？アンナ。そうだ、アンナ・リーベルト。金髪のとびきりの美人でね、うまくいきそうだってあいつ喜んでたのに。
アンナ・リーベルト、10年前東ドイツから亡命した高官の一家殺人事件で生き残った双子の人。
Ain't that interesting? Ain't that interesting? Ain't that
何にも
interesting?
残ってないと思いますよ。
Oh, it's pretty
エミル・シェ
interesting.
ーベの名
Man,
前
that
が
guy's
な
got
い
some
怪
crazy
物
hair.
は確かにうちの出版物ですけど、何しろ旧体制の頃といえばまだ先代の社長の時代ですからね。
エミル・シェーベというのはペンネームかね。
ええ、多分そうですよ。他にもいくつかペンネームがあって、なんとかボナパルタ、それにヤコブ・ファロベック、クラウス・ポッペとか。
クラウス・ポッペの箱ならここにあるんだがね。
え、よく見つけましたね。
開けていいかな？
ええ、どうぞ。どうせ古いラフスケッチか何かの山でしょう。
Oh, okay. Alright. Wow, that looks interesting. That witch looks an awful lot like a similar art style of the nameless monster we've been seeing.
Nymph.
Is that the mother? She looks a bit like Johan and stuff. The twins! Who's this freaking illustrator then? Is it the dad or something? Are you telling me Lunge is about to figure out something that no one has been able to figure out? I will tell you right now. I'm not going to take everything I say back about Lunge because the guy drives me crazy. But I will take back one thing. Bro is not the worst detective in the world. He's definitely in contention for like top 100 worst detectives in the world. But if he figures that out after just reading one damn book and he goes like, wait a second, they're twins. Is it possible? Question. I'm going to be feeling a different kind of way towards our boy. I'm just saying.
そうですか。翻訳していただけましたか。感謝しますネペラ所長。あ、ちょっと気になっていたので先に伺いますが、最後のページの文章だけ先に読んでいただけませんか。
ですね。せっかく名前がついたのに誰も名前を呼んでくれる人はいなくなりました。ヨハン、素敵な名前なのに奇妙な絵本ですな。
ヨハン。
ルンゲ警部、夕食でもご一緒にいかがですか。休暇はいつまで。
Yeah, man. Join in for some breakfast.
君。
はい。
ビールはやめてコーヒーにしてくれ。
Bro's on the job. Bro's back on the job.
長い休暇になりそうです。
Bro's back on the job. Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Ah boy, he's actually cooking. He's actually cooking. You know, bro has spent enough time in the kitchen that it only makes sense that he would eventually make something that was edible. You know? It's like that famous saying, you know, you get like a million monkeys typewriting or some bollocks. Eventually they're going to write Shakespeare or something. I don't remember the actual saying, but something like that, right? You know? Eventually there'll be some words. Eventually. And that seems to be what's happening here. Our boy Lunge has been wrong so much that it was about time he was going to accidentally be right. And he did. Bro stumbled forward and face planted straight into a big pile of steaming, brown, smelly, with flies flying over it. Big pile of being right. You thought I was going somewhere else with that. My boy, man. My boy. I'm actually proud. I feel like a proud father watching his son take the first steps, you know? I'm like watching him, I'm like, that's our boy, you know? That's our famous detective Lunge. Or Runge, as everyone seems to want to call him because of how the L's and R's are pronounced. I don't know why they would put it in the thing, though, but they've been doing that the whole thing. But we know. Either way, I just have to say, Lunge might be cooking here. He seems to be suspicious about the twin aspect. He was looking at the pictures back and forth. He was wondering about Anna, Johan, Nina, you know. He's like putting together the dots in his head. The thing with someone like Lunge is he should have all of this information stored inside of his mind. So the more he adds to it, eventually things are going to start connecting, right? Should do, at least. And that might be what's happening now. So that combined with the last paragraph of the picture book, he can make some assumptions based on the evidence and go from there. Now, the thing is, as a detective, circumstantial evidence that leads to someone who hasn't ever shown any signs of doing anything is always questionable evidence. And you will always raise your mind, is this evidence going to be valid? Circumstantial evidence, for anyone who doesn't know what that means, circumstantial evidence is evidence that doesn't link anyone to anything. That's circumstantial evidence, you know? Let me see if I can give you guys an example of circumstantial evidence. It would be like, so direct evidence would be finding a knife with fingerprints on it, or a video recording of someone doing it. Like, that's direct evidence. Circumstantial evidence would be me not being in my house at the time of a crime being committed. That's circumstantial, you know? If I'm in an interview, a crime was committed, and they would say, where were you between the hours of blank and blank? And I go, I was at this pub. And they go, well, there's no evidence or anything of you at this pub. That evidence is circumstantial, meaning that it's suspicious, but there's no link. What I'm saying could be true, but there's no way of using it against me. You know, like, well, where you can use it against me, there's no way of linking me to anything. You know, it's all circumstantial. Circumstantial evidence is evidence that is suspicious, but not linkable. And you can use it in a court, but most of the time, it's not like prosecution worthy. And a lot of the time the police won't bring you in if it's just full of circumstantial evidence, you know? It's just like, you just happen to be in the crime scene area, you just happen to be doing this, you know, and there's a jacket that just happened to be the same make as your jacket, but you can't link the jackets, you know, similar shit like that. You know, circumstantial evidence is that. So hopefully that explains it a little bit. If you Google it, you'll probably get a better explanation than my vague one. But yeah, so that's what he meant when he said that. Well. I'm actually really excited now. Now Lunge is in the picture. Nina's there. Johan's there. Anna's there. We got Grimmer, Suk, freaking Tenma as like a trio. All we're missing now is my... we've got Dita there too. All we're missing now is like that random sleazy criminal guy and a couple of the old like people that worked with Tenma in the past. But mainly Ava. I wonder if Ava's going to make an appearance. And then Roberto, wherever that dude is. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have yourselves an awesome freaking weekend. As always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.